Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Hello and welcome.
Okay, explain whose fault this is.
So I remembered Cedric and I wrote these short stories in 6th grade and
You can't-
quote unquote got them published according to the
Look,
teacher. we
okay.
had.
When
And
we
they
were in
in like
6th
bound
grade,
books. Yeah,
everyone
6th
in
grade.
class did this. It wasn't
Yeah,
just
it was
us.
like a
Can't say
program.
this is. we didn't go
And I
out of our way to
remembered
fucking
they were called
publish it.
Cedric's story was called Bob Redundant and the Pie Eating Contest, and mine
Alright.
was called The Burger Power.
Okay.
And
And
so,
since Ben is
No,
Ben,
we're starting with
Ben-
my story.
Yeah.
I have to preface it. Bob Redundant was a
Okay.
little character I would torture my English teachers with, because when we would write sentences, all my sentences would just be like, Bob did this, Bob saw that, and they hated it. And so one teacher was like, don't you think Bob is a little redundant? I'm like, that's the last name, and then I just kept doing it.
Jesus
I did
Christ.
it. And this was the last time I used Bob,
Yeah, this is just
because I got
this is-
tired of using him.
because he was in fact redundant.
alright.
Fuck off. Yeah. And Ben doesn't know either of this.
Okay, but
Either of these.
explain what this is.
It's hell. I don't know. Like
Well, it's my
This
hell,
book-
so it's your job to explain.
it's a pie eating contest.
No, that's not.
what?
That's not. Okay, so. Okay, long story short, we've been hanging out a bunch due to the quarantine.
We've been hanging out over call a bunch. We're not together, obviously.
Yeah, and
Well, Andrew and I are, but
and we were reading the Sonic High School.
Yeah,
I was
fictions.
reading it.
I was listening to it.
Yeah, no, we were reading it. You're right, Cedric. And we were having a great time, and no one wanted to die. And then
I did.
Cedric-
I was fucking reading it.
no one important. And so then Andrew brought up the topic that it reminded him of stuff that you guys have read or written
Wrote as
Same
for
actual
kids.
children.
Now, I am a writer.
Yeah.
And
So I thought it'd be
in
funny.
in all the pretentious glory that term entails.
I mean,
And
basically,
as a
yeah.
writer, I hate myself.
No.
So I'm going to read these, and I'm going to give them a grade.
Alright.
Out of what? Out of 100 or like a
I'm
letter
going to
grade?
give them a grade out of 100, like a middle school English teacher would do.
Yeah, 6th grade.
And
keep in mind.
Don't
If
do
if
this
I
to me.
could, and I should actually try and dig this up, I could go back and try and find some of my old shit because it's pretty trash. I just remember this is super embarrassing for me now, but I wrote a
Yeah.
story that was literally just a fan fiction of Dante from of Dante.
Oh,
From,
No way.
yeah.
Dude,
I
please
pretended
take that
all
out,
these
please.
years like I never thought he was cool, when in fact I super did when in
Oh,
middle
man.
school.
Alright,
Uh,
let's
we
get
need
started.
to do this. But we've got to
Okay. Hmm.
start somewhere. And
Yeah.
these books are
Well,
plenty to
let's
start
see if I
with,
can
so-
find out. I don't even know if it
Yeah.
exists anymore.
It
You'll
might
have
have
to
been
start
purged from
somewhere. Case in
reality.
point.
I might have to go back to my old middle school teacher and go, "Fine, give me it, you bitch."
Go into the archives.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so treasured.
So, this
Bob Redundant.
is
and the
Bob
pie.
Redundant and the pie eating contest.
No.
uh,
it has my
first-
6th grade artwork too.
The first picture is it's what appears to be a pie. The second picture appears to be a plane
Look.
fused with a bicycle.
I'm gonna put these on
Because
screen.
step was not a thing.
I hate this.
I like your.
Now,
you're really like
I also
you're framing it the same way as.
appreciate that it has one of your thumbs in it.
Yeah,
It's
that-
Andrew.
That's my fault.
That's,
But
look.
Alright.
I don't think it needs like the quality. Like okay, just start
Look.
reading.
Let's
Chuck,
begin.
Chuck.
Chapter.
These aren't novels.
Chapter
Look, I thought I
one
could
of how
section,
many?
I could section the book off. It's like 7 or 8 pages. I don't know how many chapters
Okay,
there are. I don't
okay.
remember.
Why did you call it chapter 1 then?
Because I was like, it's a published book. It's all official.
Wait, it's published?
No.
Not
Well,
really,
it was
but they got bound
the only
into
reason
nice
they sent it up
books.
to a bookbinding company, and they're like, your books are published, kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It is the most exciting time for me. Alright. First off, first person? Really? I thought you were better than that, Cedric.
Look.
Okay. It is the most exciting time for me. The year is 2020. That rhymes. You immediately begin writing with rhymes. Fuck, I'm not gonna do this. Okay. This is my very first international pie eating contest. My home is Idelios. Idelios was formerly Easter Island. You know, that place with all of the heads. Well, in the year 2017, a bomb detonated.
I'm crying.
So you have provided so much information. And here's the thing. You provided so much information.
Yeah.
Removing the title from the context, we know where the character is from, what they're doing, what year it is. We don't know their name. Okay. Well, in the year 2017, a bomb detonated there. Nobody really knows when the bomb was planted, or who planted it. Well, it was planted in 2017.
It went off in 2017. You gotta believe me.
So, okay. All I know is that all of the stone heads were blown up. All but one. That one really got you. All but one. This lucky stone head's name was Doe.
Okay.
D-O- No!
Yeah, no.
No!
Okay,
You will
so-
get to comment after I am
No.
done!
The name Doe is real. That's the real name of one of the heads on the Easter Island.
Seriously?
Yeah, and he was the
Oh.
final boss of the game
What?
Arkanoid
No!
for the NES.
Wait, no, shut up! No, wait, go back! No, that doesn't mean that was his actual name!
That's his name? Hold on, I can actually
Joe, the
prove
head of
you
Easter Island.
with
Okay,
logic
anyways-
and facts.
anyways-
Arkanoid final boss.
We're not gonna get through this. There are
Okay.
30 pages to this shit.
No, it's
Okay.
only half of it, because most of it is pictures.
Okay. And in 2020, Easter Island became Idelios. Becoming a country. What?
Becoming wait a fuck.
Wait, did
Wait,
the
Like
bomb?
400 people at Easter Island.
Did the.
it's like
Wait,
4,000.
why are we. Oh my god, we're going off. Oh my god. Okay.
No.
It's like.
Look.
Why do we need a history lesson on Idelios? You
So
just
it's-
say it's Idelios, formerly Easter Island. What does the bomb have to do with it becoming a sovereign nation? What? in 20... Okay. Becoming a country gave Idelios permission to...
Wait, no. You have to say
Permission to enter the international
No,
pie
you
eating
skipped a couple of
contest.
sentences. You skipped a
did?
couple of crucial world-building sentences. That Lucky Stonehead's name was Doe.
He was... Yeah. Oh, God! He was the leader of the island after that. The bomb gave Doe the ability to talk. I hate this. And in 2020, Easter Island became Idelios. Becoming a country gave Idelios the permission to enter the international pie-eating contest. We were just in time, too.
Oh my god.
When Idelios entered, we took the last open spot. I was chosen as the representative. My name is Bob Redundant.
I love how the international pie eating
That-
contest entries are like have to be filled up in real time.
That
and you can't
information
qualify
was
for it.
presented in, like, backwards from, like, how important it was.
sorry.
My
Jesus.
plane just landed in the host country, Italy. I've
No,
heard that
okay.
What?
The year is 2020, and his
yeah.
plane just landed in Italy.
What?
You know what else is happening in Italy right now? In the
Yeah,
year of
quarantine.
our Lord,
It's fiction.
2020.
Yeah, and Blade Runner takes place in
God,
fucking
Cedric,
2016.
you knew how bad it was gonna get in
Ah!
2011.
We had no idea that it was gonna be like this. It's funny.
Anyways, I
Alright.
heard that Italy's food is really amazing.
It is.
Is there an extra
I'm-
space between the apostrophe and the S? Whatever, fucking continue.
I'm just hoping that the country makes good pies.
That's true.
I find out that
I'm sorry, continue.
nope, keep going.
That's
Oh, it's hard to
really
look
good.
at. I find out that 8 countries are in the pie event. I managed to find the contestant from the USA. You will not believe who it is. You, the reader, you will not
Look.
believe who it is. You.
It's like it's like
You,
a
a
Junie B. Jones
person?
book.
I should not be drinking water. I should be drinking something much stronger.
Yeah.
It was my older brother, Joe Redundant. We have the same black curly hair, the same red shirt, and
Cedric, there's some shit you're not telling me.
I forgot I used to be my fucking insert character.
He's the author insert character.
even the same eye color. Hi, bro. What? I say as I cut over to.
Is that the first line of dialogue?
Bob, he says. I didn't expect to see you here. What country are you
tell you.
representing? How would you not? Idelios, I answer.
So it's like a soccer
Joe says.
scrimmage.
Great dialogue, Cedric. What are the representatives? What are the other representatives? I ask. And then it's a picture of the Colosseum
Look,
with more fingers. They are at the old Roman Colosseum, Joe says. Come on, I'll show you. As we walk to the Colosseum, I feel a big excitement. Hey.
I couldn't just write.
You
I feel
capitalized
excitement.
old Roman Colosseum. You capitalized R in Roman, but you didn't capitalize the Colosseum. But then you capitalized the C in Colosseum, and then the next sentence you capitalized both the R and the C.
I have no answer.
I'm
going to lose my
mind.
The shit he
We're
used to
on
tell me
page
about how
two.
much
We're on
better at
page
writing he
two.
was.
We
Fuck.
gotta.
Andrew, if yours is worse than this, I'm
Oh.
gonna have a seizure.
Oh,
It
Well,
absolutely is.
I mean, I am going to
prepare
eat a
your
lot of.
prepare your.
Shut the fuck up!
DVCs.
I am going to eat a lot of desserts during the daytime in the Roman Colosseum. This event is going to be televised all over the world. Upon arriving, I see that cameras are set up all over the place. What gives? I ask. The contest doesn't start for another 2 hours.
No, it's the pre. It's
A
the
very
pre-game.
tall man walks over to me. He tells me, not in dialogue, that the contest actually
Fucking
starts
tells
in
me.
45 minutes. Even though I asked him I guess I forgot to change time zones.
Wait.
Nope, I'm not taking the bait. I go over to meet some of the other contestants. Francis is from France.
Okay.
He acts like he's already won the thing. Al is from Australia. He acts like Francis. This is a fucking math problem. Akira is
Three
from
apples.
Akira is from Japan.
No.
He says it is an honor to meet me.
What have I created? I was a child when I wrote this.
I'm gonna puke.
Steve is from the United Kingdom. He also seems pretty nervous. Mario. Where's Mario from, Cedric?
Could it be Uganda?
Mario is representing the host nation, Italy. He says that he has won this contest 2 other times. Now I'm getting worried, as Al told me that he's won this before. No, Mario told you that he won this before.
No, they're on separate occasions.
George is representing the only African hopeful, Algeria.
Look,
I bet he's 1,000 times more worried than me.
I can't
Akira
keep
and
this.
I are representing 2 Asian countries.
It's not a fucking Asian country.
Fucking weeaboo.
It's
You
not
just
an
want,
Asian country.
you just wanted to make a character that you could say was Asian, but you didn't want to go full weeb and say, oh, he's from Japan.
I was
from
fucking 12
Ideal.
years old.
Yeah,
I
you were a
was
goddamn
I
weeaboo
was
when you were
like-
12.
I
Shut
was
the
a
fuck
little
up.
child. I didn't even know that Easter Island wasn't in the fucking Asia.
I don't know.
could've
I
Googled
don't know
it.
what you didn't know. Now there are only 30 minutes left until the contest, and my nervousness grows. My throbbing. No, that's a referee.
It's a big phallic
See,
object.
I can tell that that's a referee, not by the fact that it looks like a fucking game board piece with like he looks like a fucking chess piece with a little matchstick taped onto his side. But that's not why I can tell he's a referee. I can, or not that he's wearing black and white stripes. I can tell because he's frowning.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got it down, kind of.
No, you see, recent times I've been very
Hey, it's
nervous
chapter
about,
2,
like,
what?
Like, I've been really nervous about how I've depicted people in my comics, and then I just looked at this, and
Thank goodness.
I think I'm doing great.
Ah, thank goodness. I called the only guy from Japan Akira, and then said that he said it was an honor to meet me.
Look,
Francis is from France.
As I
Mario's
try
from
chapter
Italy.
2, as I try to think of a strategy, I'm having a hard time. Then the idea pops into my head. I've got it, I say. What are you happy about? Asks Joe.
What are
I've
you
thought
so
of a
happy
strategy. I eat 2 pies, and then I take 2 breaths.
I do not breathe as I eat the pie.
It's perfect, I say. A man, who I guess is the referee, explains the rules. With only 1 arm. Okay,
The one-armed
Here-
man.
here is how the contest is going to work. When I say go, all
Get ready
8
to
of the
throw.
contestants will run over to the table that has 200 pies on it.
What a waste of food.
When you get to the table, you can eat as many pies as you can. When a loud bell rings, you stop. The scorekeeper will count up how many pies you've eaten. The contestant who has eaten the least amount of pies is eliminated. Throwing pies at others will get you disqualified. But fighting them will not.
I just
All right.
realized the potential for this.
That's not what he
story to
says.
be-
That's not what he says.
I
okay.
just realized the potential.
Do we need to have
for
like a
this-
read along thing? Because
I-
I'm starting
Yeah,
to
he'll put
interject
the,
my own edits, and it's not gonna. Okay.
I'm sure Andrew will put
I
them on
won't
the
interject my own edits anymore.
I'm
Okay.
starting to realize the potential this story has to be incredibly racist.
Yes.
Other than
It's already
Mario being
Potential?
from Italy, and Akira saying it is
Sorry.
an honor.
Who's from Italy? Why is the man from Algeria worried?
screen.
Throwing
Africa's
pies
man
at others will
hopeful,
get you
or whatever he
disqualified.
said.
The contest will start in 1 minute. Well, here we go. Best of luck, Joe, I tell him. Oh my god. Okay. You too, Joe says. Quotation marks. Ha! Don't make me laugh. After this round, you'll know what I meant when I said I have won this. Fuck. Ha! Don't make me laugh. After this round, you'll know what I meant when I said I have won this before.
This is
Al
everything
brags.
I wanted.
Go! Yelled the. Oh, you're in past tense now. Yelled the referee at the top of his voice. Everybody darted to the pie table. You're in past tense now. This is
no.
okay. This is where you stopped writing the story for the day, and this is where you picked up the next day.
Absolutely. I do not
Yep.
doubt you.
Yep.
I do not doubt you at all.
Okay, people in my fucking university classes do this too, so don't worry. It's
Good.
a problem.
It's so comforting to know I'm on the same level as university students when I was a 12-year-old child.
Well, one
Okay,
of
Jimmy
them.
Neutron.
I'm not going to dox. Never mind. I'm not going to dox someone. Okay. Everybody darted to the pie table like Olympic runners doing a 100-meter dash. They started eating pies. Francis seems to be eating the slowest. You don't stand a chance, Al says to Francis. Alright, I guess you stopped writing for the day, and here's where you started again. That man is...
Look, there's a dynamic camera movement.
Who's that man, Cedric?
You'll see.
Is that the man from Algeria?
No.
It must be.
Everyone
Okay,
has brown
good.
Skin.
Shut up, says Francis. Says Francis to Al as he hurled... Oh, back to... No, you changed in the same sentence! You're just dumb!
No,
You lose! At least with the university students mess it up, they don't mess it up in the middle of a sentence!
I was a little baby. I don't...
With good reflexes, Al dodged the pie as the referee blew his whistle. I should be doing it Italian. Francis, you are disqualified for throwing another pie at another contestant, says the referee. Cled, Francis said as he left the Coliseum.
It's like I'm watching the Irate Gamer.
Jesus.
Round 2 started. History was kind of repeating itself, except without Francis.
Look. We'll get through
Kind
this.
of infuriates. Except without Francis.
Okay. As the loud bell rang, my heart was thumping like crazy.
Maybe on
in
account of
the
having
first
eaten
place
so
for
many
this
pies.
round, it's Al, said the referee. He continued. Second place is a Joe. Third place is a Bob. Fourth place is a Kira. Fifth place is a George. There's only one slot left, and with 2 people left. Sixth place is Mario. Congratulations! You have passed your round 2. Steve, you played a great game. Please exit the column to your left.
It's like their own stage.
My plan worked, I said. Don't think I haven't noticed your plan, Bob. You're going down next round. Fuck, it's god, it's falling apart. Al said. Not if I step up my game, I thought. See, I know how that's supposed to look. It's
I know.
not if I step up my game, interjection, I thought, next round. But the way that the quotations, you didn't space them out, so
No.
it puts I thought in quotations. So it just sounds like you not if I step up my game. I thought! And next round, I'll eat 4 pies and take 4 breaths. I hate you.
Look, you hate me from
what is this
2011.
line?
I
Logic.
do. How to beat you up.
What logic? What do I have? Look.
There is a guy standing in front of a camera as I look around a bit more for what? There
He's having an aneurysm.
there
I think
is
the
a
sentence
guy
broken.
standing in front of a camera as I look around a bit more before round 3. Did you mean to say
Look.
that there is an announcer? In front of a
no,
camera.
Look, it's just a guy.
Because the next piece of dialogue is, I wonder what will happen next, folks. Don't go away, because we'll be right back after this commercial break, he said. The guy. Oh god, it's another picture of a throw. Stop! Wait, chapter 3. Stop! Yelled the referee. My heart was once again My heart once again started thumping like crazy. There were only 4 of us left after George lost in round 3. In the first place, Joe, says the scorekeeper. In the second place, Al. The scorekeeper continued. There is only 1 spot left for the final 3. Will it be Bob or Mario? He said. In the third place, Bob, congratulations!
Bob!
Yeah, I did it! I said as I tossed a pie into the air. About 2 seconds later, I caught the pie and it's returned down to earth.
You gotta know what's happening in real time.
Congratulations for making it into the final. Thank God. By the way, thank you for not giving the Japanese guy any dialogue because I'm not doing a Japanese accent. Congratulations for making it into the final three, Joe, Al, and Bob. You guys can take a short break and get ready for the semifinals.
I assume you're gonna puke.
Oh yeah, but I mean the fucking Australian accents. I'm already losing it. Announced the referee. Nice work, Bob, Joe said. Thanks, I said. I hear they I hear they have to put more pies on the table because so many pies were eaten last round, Joe said. After 20 minutes, everybody was at the pie table. Welcome to the semi-finals, guys, said the referee. Guys is a word I can't imagine saying in an Italian accent. Okay.
Andrew, do you know what the translation is?
No,
I was
He doesn't speak Italian?
I tried.
Yeah, and you
I failed.
did great. You
You
probably did
speak
great.
good all American.
There are only 50 pies on the table now. We had to refill the pie. We had
how I
to
get-
refill the pie table after the last round, he said. Well, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 8, he yelled. Everybody started eating pies. I kept doing the same strategy I'd been doing for the past 2 rounds. Eat 4 pies, take 4 breaths. My strategy was working well until I started to feel sick. I was about to puke until something happened that made me stop. Al threw up. The referee blew his whistle. Al, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to disqualify you for throwing up. What?
Oh.
What is happening in that picture? Okay.
I think he's about to vomit.
No! Al said. I'll come back next year and win! He said as he left the Coliseum in anger. There was a 20-minute rest period before the next round. Congrats for making it to the final round, Bob and Joe, said the referee. It's now time to eat. Get ready, get set, and eat. Joe and I started eating pies. Even though he was my brother, I wasn't gonna let him win easily. Faster and
said it 'cause that's how
faster.
you
Joe and I
felt,
were
right?
eating pies like we hadn't eaten for days. I kept thinking about winning. I couldn't let the citizens of Idelios down.
I almost forgot.
Almost lost it there. Almost lost it. I had to win! 3 exclamation marks. Okay.
It's so important.
Now, I'm not feeling very good. I feel like I did just last round. I was at the end of my rope, and I couldn't hold on any longer. I had to barf. Stop, said the referee. I had actually stopped myself from barfing when the referee said stop. Okay. Scorekeeper, if you could add it to the score, please. The referee said. Nice job, boys. You made it through the 21st International Pie Eating Contest. The results are in, said the scorekeeper. Here are the final scores.
I love how
I
they
have
made
to
this
read another
chapter
story
break.
after
Like,
this.
you have to read Andrew's story.
Oh, okay.
I think this chapter's the
Chapter 4! I don't think I've ever been so nervous in my life. I looked down at the pie table. Only 5 pies were eaten. That meant one of us had... Huh?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know
Fuck.
how I thought there could be any
Only
suspense.
5? But you said your strategy was eat 4...
Look, I might have forgotten just a little bit. But
Okay. That meant that one of us had eaten 3 pies and the other only 2. It was a super close game. The scorekeeper had started to speak. Why didn't you just say there was an odd number of pies on the table?
Because
that meant
I don't
that
know.
someone,
I don't
that
know
would
how
have
to
meant that
write
someone had
suspense.
definitively won.
I don't know how to write suspense, man.
Oh, man. Okay. The winner of the 21st annual pie eating contest is Bob Redundant. Yes! 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 I yelled. Like the wrestler.
Yeah.
Great job, Bob, said Joe, but I'll come back next year and the story will be picture. Different, he said. Later, I was walking over to the plane that would take me home, and Owl was standing there. Fuck, no! Bob, I want to apologize for being such a jerk before. I just wanted to win so badly. That's okay, Al. Maybe we'll see each other again someday at another pie eating competition, I say. Okay. Bye, Bob, said Al as he shook my hand. Bye, Al, I say. I boarded the plane and took off. I had a great time in Italy. But it was time for me to return to my home in Idelios. When my plane landed, I went to visit Doe. Hi, Doe, I'm back. Great, he said. You did great out there, Bob. Thanks, Doe. I'm going home. Being the champion of the 21st annual pie eating contest was great. Now it's only now it's only 364 days until the 22nd annual pie eating contest. The end.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Bob Redundant in the pie?
Give us your writer's review.
What's his grade? Yeah.
Okay, what was the assignment? Was it just to write a story?
Just write a story.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the positives? Start with the positives.
Fucking.
You're.
Oh no.
Your dialogue got better at a point.
Yeah. See,
You're
I
back.
learned.
Great.
No.
Great.
You're missing what I just said.
It got better.
I said
It wasn't good.
It got
was
better.
It?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Compared to where it started.
You're gonna shit yourself when you read mine. I swear.
I'm already looking at the cover and I'm not happy.
What? The burger.
Anyways,
power. Here we go.
here are the negatives. Okay, the whole thing about Idelios was like so
There was no
nothing.
point. There was no point.
There was no point. Like, I think like your brain when you were a kid was like, maybe the stakes will be raised. Like you're not thinking through this clearly, but it's like your brain is thinking it when you're writing it. Is like maybe the stakes will be raised if I have a big
Like give it an epic
if it's like if it's
backstory.
not he's not just doing it for himself, he's doing it for like
The citizens of
country.
Idelios.
The citizens, yes.
yeah
The faceless,
the
nameless.
people of Idelios.
But we never see any citizens.
I don't have much else to say. It gets like a D minus. Like
Yes, I passed.
no, it
Just
gets
barely.
it gets a D minus because here's the thing. What was the assignment to write a story? There was, in fact, a story. It had a
Alright.
beginning, middle, and end.
You dude.
That
Alright.
that is the most like straight middle of the road. This was a story that was a story.
All right.
All right.
So with that being said, Andrew, do you want to preface us like I did?
No.
I thought about making a story like this for like a while when I was like 11, and then I wrote it, and it's god awful.
Well,
it's
no, I get what you
incomprehensible.
mean.
Incomprehensible, one might say.
All right. All right. Here's the story. The Burger Power.
The burger power.
This has got a man doing a little hip hop dance and a guy in the background, and what appears to be that one blob from Mob Psycho.
Oh fuck, you're right, Dimple.
Shit.
Yeah, it looks like Dimple.
There's also like a Snivy there for some reason.
Yeah, this little lizard. I don't know if
He
you
was
meant it to be
modeled
a
after
Snivy.
Snivy.
Was Snivy out at that time?
He was even.
Like a-
Snivy was
No,
brand
so
new.
just a year before.
No, Snivy was brand new.
No, Snivy was yeah, like I think it was out in Japan. I don't think it was out in
Oh,
America.
yeah. That's
Oh, okay. You weren't that weeby. Okay. There's a lot going on in this picture. I can't summarize it, so I'm just gonna move on. Chapter 1. I shut my door with all my might. I took my shoe and threw it at the wall, and it made a mark there. I turned around in anger and never bothered to clean it up. Hey, Andrew? No. You're laughing like you think I'm gonna chastise you.
Yeah.
This is already immediately more interesting detail than Cedric's.
Okay.
Look, I had that epic backstory.
No, it's
and
like I took my shoe off. Like it's horribly written. It's horribly written. There's an image. Like because with Cedric's, it's like I have no idea what is happening or where it's happening or what anything looks like.
Yeah.
Like, is there a crowd in the Coliseum or not? Is there like why is it in the Coliseum? Like, what does it look like? What is the weather?
That's a lot of good questions.
How is everyone
all these
feeling about
compliments
this?
are gonna go away real quick.
No, I know they are, but I'm holding on to something. God damn
You're
it!
hooked. Is what you're saying.
And the thing is that you established a thing. You established that the shoes that you were wearing are made of rubber,
Yeah.
and that there's a wall.
Yeah.
That's more than what Cedric did. I don't think he
Damn.
actually described a physical location aside from it was the Roman Colosseum. So
I
you
was just
have
so
that
into
going
the
for you.
idea of the pie eating contest.
This
I was
isn't
blinded.
gonna.
Liza! I shouted while packing up my suitcase like a man going to work. Whew, okay. Okay, Sam. So far this week, you have broken your dinner plate, made a hole in the floor, and now made a mark on the wall. That's Liza the... That's Liza the lizard. I got her for my 7th birthday. Pack your bags, Liza. My stupid parents got transferred at work. We are moving to Atlantis.
Andrew, you know I've actually never seen this entire story all the way through.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. What's so bad about that? Asked Liza. It's the year 4449, Liza. You'd think we'd go somewhere exciting like King Tut's father's tomb? Or Mars?
I can hear you from fucking across the
This-
floor.
This
Across, like-
place has tall trees and dry ground. I don't want to leave Australia.
Gotta do that accent.
I'm gonna.
I am not doing that.
I'm gonna throw up.
Andrew.
So we left Australia and set off for Atlantis. I was pretty bummed about leaving my home continent, my old school. What is with you two in Australia?
I don't know. I think it was a coincidence.
What is with everyone in Australia?
I don't.
Do you remember?
know.
Okay, not talking about this on like very specifically. Do you remember me in Australia?
No.
Like
No.
my first year of high school?
What?
Do you remember that?
I don't actually.
Oh shit. Okay. First. Okay.
I'll cut that out.
Yeah, cut this out. Do you remember my first year of high school when I lied that I was from Australia?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Everything was about Australia. Actually, I don't think you have to cut that out. that's
Oh,
that's
okay.
dumb. Why
Oh,
would you cut that out?
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I lied and I said was it from Australia because I wanted to look cool.
That's all-
Why
that's
would I
okay.
have to cut that out? Oh man, I'm so embarrassed about it.
You think
I
I'd be
don't-
somewhere cool, like
You could
Canada?
have told Wurzelhist. You
I-
could have
I-
said you were the
I
book.
could have, but I really tried with that one.
Ben, if you said...
I really dug my
You
heels
could've-
in.
You could have said Toronto, I would have thought you were just as exotic.
Yeah, that's fair. And it was gonna be like technically true in like a year. Anyways, okay. I was pretty bummed about leaving my home continent, my old school, and my old pals. But once we hit water, my eyes must have grown as big as dinner plates, or they just did. They didn't. Must have. Like, who are you? Like, why are you asking
My
that?
eyes
They did. They
drooped
just.
out of my skull.
But they did grow as big as dinner plates. That's the point of. Why didn't you? What do you mean must have? Why are you adding the Welcome to Australia to Atlantis sign was made rather poorly, but the streets looked all sleek and shiny. We had a new home that had Atlantis cable with all my favorite shows. Alright, one day, my mom said that Liza and I should go and get a bite to eat. Okay. So, Sam, what do you think? After a month in Atlantis,
A month?
said Liza. Yeah, in a paragraph, the month worth of time passed. It's good. I mean, but it's a bit irritating to wear this stupid helmet everywhere you go. Remember the time I forgot? We were having such a fun time. What? No, the dialogue. What?
What?
What's the helmet? What do you mean? What about the time you forgot? We were having a fun time. It just starts.
I think Andrew can hardly hold it together. He's laughing too much.
Right after lunch, I remembered that tomorrow was Monday, and I forgot to read this book for school. Accurate. So we picture... What the fuck?
What the hell? I've never seen this.
You realize that we're gonna have to upload this PDF.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. So we went to the library. After an hour, I fell asleep. When I woke, I saw him. He was Max. He's probably the meanest kid on the face of the earth. We know Max. He's nice.
Yeah.
He listens to this podcast.
Oh shit. Hi, Max. You're not mean at all.
Okay.
I'm just gonna picture Max.
New kid! He shouted. I have a few things for you if you want to live in Atlantis.
I have to
30
lay a
days.
few things down for you. Is what he said.
Fire away! I shouted, followed by numerous cries of shh. That's not a cry. Just say whist. Oh.
No, everyone's crying like, shoot!
Number one. I can beat anyone at anything. Not anyone as in any person. Anyone, the number. I can beat any number one at anything. At everything else, I'm fucked. Said Max as he slammed down a contest poster. Number two, any new kid is my homework dog. Is this when we learn that you're a sub?
Oh!
Do you want to be Max's homework bitch?
Read the next sentence! You might even be more enlightening for his life as a son!
I can't breathe.
Oh, I suddenly don't feel comfortable reading this.
Say
Considering
it,
that it was
please.
written by like an 8th grader.
No, say it, please.
Okay.
Say it.
Any new kid is my homework dog for the rest of the year. Number 3, no homework. No homework means no head. Hey, Andrew, question, is this...
Yeah.
Did this get...
What?
Does this get creepier?
No.
Do you remember if this gets creepier?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
Max walked away, and I took a look at the poster he had almost broken the table with. No, he almost broke it with his hand. The poster was just collateral damage. It read, "Come to claim the burger power. The artifact is in the shape of a hamburger and can make anyone do anything."
Wow, that's like symmetry for Max's little speech.
Boy, all right. I'm gonna push through this next bit in chapter 2. Okay. Liza and I looked at each other and then looked back at the poster.
Oh my
1 hour
God.
later, we were in front of the temple that held the burger power.
Oh, it's just there?
At the starting line, hearing the announcer shouting 3,
It's
2,
a-
1, go.
It's a
Said I was gonna power through. I'm gonna power through. Chapter 2. I remember the feeling of darting to the temple. Yeah, okay.
I'm
The
sorry.
feeling of darting to the temple. The feeling! Like, you feel it, you feel it! Okay.
The emotion of running.
I could see Liza running as fast as her. Why don't you just carry her, you jackass?
That's a good question.
I could
Andrew,
see
what the hell?
Liza running as fast as her little legs could. On my other side was Max, who had suddenly turned into a shadow.
What's happening?
Into a shadow.
All right.
That
Like
alone
from
was
Persona.
the third weirdest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. Okay. As we entered the temple, Max disappeared. I guess the whole shadow thing turned him invisible.
No, you can
God,
still
you're
see
such
shadows.
a fucking
What the hell?
weeb. Okay. There were two roads into the temple. We didn't know why there were two roads, but we found out as soon as we walked a little further. There was a keyhole that led to the Burger Power. I could tell because that's what the label on the door said. It suddenly hit us that the door could not be opened without a key. And we had to check out both rooms to find... Oh, what the fuck. To find it. Liza
Oh, fuck
crawled
me.
through a small brick opening and disappeared. So it was my time to go in the other room. I walked in the room, looked to the side, and saw...
This is
What I
such a
saw in
tedious
front of me
sentence.
alone was the second weirdest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. Halt, said a mysterious voice. I am the trap Andrew, you lied!
Oh no!
Andrew, you lied!
Oh no! It just hit me.
I am the trap identifier of this temple. A floating chunk of slime.
Andrew.
What is your name? I asked. Glorp. Okay, Glorp. What is this trap? Does it hold a key? Yes! It holds a key!
That's horrible.
Also, this is the Ring of Fire trap. Bet you wanted
It's just here, you know. It's not like it could have been identified as soon as you entered the room.
Yeah, so did you see a shadow walk past here? Yes! I already scared him nearly to death. He became 2D, so he got past the Ring of Fire as fast as a cheetah. As soon as Glorp finished his sentence, I dashed to the Ring of Fire. I didn't look back. That
I
was
dashed to the Ring of Fire, I didn't look back.
I dashed to the Ring of Fire, I didn't look back, I was so focused on not getting burned to death. The Ring of Fire came at lightning speed. I dashed through the... Dashed, I dashed, you dashed, bro. I dashed through most of the hoop, but some other part of it burned the top of my hat.
Oh, I guess he has a hat. Wait, didn't he have a helmet? Whatever.
I don't know, man. That hat was one of the last things I had to remember Australia by. So I ran even faster, focusing even harder. I got ready to jump through the last ring of fire. All of the rings came at lightning speed, but the last one came at the speed of light.
Shit.
I evaded it.
Alright.
And started my slow climb to the top of the stairs.
It's
Step
one of
by
those
step.
powerful characters of fiction that can
Yeah,
dodge
seriously,
faster than
it's
light
like-
attacks.
We still haven't seen Luffy beat the Lightspeed guy yet, have we?
No.
No.
Is the Lightspeed guy the strongest character in One Piece?
Well, if not the one of the.
I'm sure he's up
yeah, like he's probably he's at least one of the strongest generals. Any fucking
Yeah.
sidetracked.
Oh my god.
Okay. Step by step, I felt myself getting closer and closer to the key. When I got to the top of the stairs, I could see the key. As I grabbed for it, Max came out of nowhere and tried to take the key from me. I stopped him, and he disappeared. Nice job, said Glorp. You got half of the key. Okay, you've spoiled the ending. Oh, that's Glorp.
Oh yeah, that's Glorb.
I see.
Yeah.
There's a
I thought,
second
oh,
half.
is that a mustache or like?
Yeah, it looks very mustachy. He's supposed to be like, so it's supposed to be a rock covered in slime, like something you'd see at a Ratchet and Clank.
Oh,
But
okay.
so, and he's like a
I
floating
see.
mass of like sludge with like eyes and hands and shit.
At first I was puzzled by what he said, but then I took a second look at the key. Glorp was right. The key was split down the middle. Wow. Andrew, yeah, this is you. I was
I was-
puzzled. I was puzzled at the direct fact that was spoken to me of the thing I could immediately see.
Yeah. At first I denied it, but
That's
nope,
pretty-
it was true.
That's pretty legit, man. I gotta say, good character writing. Chapter 3. I was scared, shocked, and in danger. I had half of a key. My legs were heavy. Logic in this
He was
temple
vomiting on his
somehow had
sweater
failed
already.
me. Liza! I screamed at the top of my lungs. Liza, where are you? I don't know what to do now. I had to pull myself together. I knew crying for help would not save the day. I had made my way back to the door where Liza and I had split up. I walked down the other hallway looking for Liza. When I found her, she was trying to get out of the tiny brick hole in the wall. There you are, I said
Oh
calmly.
no.
I've
There
been
you
looking
are.
everywhere for you. Oh, she's halfway through the wall, huh?
Keep reading.
Oh my god.
Keep reading.
I pulled Liza out.
Shut up. Shut
Yeah.
up.
Anyways, found she went to the jelly trap while I was
What the
in
fuck is the
ring-
jelly trap?
I don't know. While I was in the ring of fire trap. Turns out she got the other half of the key. Yay!
Oh, okay.
Our problems were solved. Liza and I made our way back to the Burger Power lock, but Glorp shocked us again. Ah, Glorp? I said.
It's like the most uncasual dialogue.
You know this guy too? Liza said. Be warned, Sam and Liza. With the Burger Power comes danger and weirdness that not even chunks of slime like me can handle. What will stop you from getting your prize? Will that stop you from getting your prize? What the
What?
fuck? The
What is this
burger,
perspective?
the Burger Power can control people, said Liza.
This isn't good.
Sam has a bully issue at school. I want to make sure that he's never bothered again. With that, Glorp let us pass. After a quick
okay.
goodbye, Glorp vanished.
Goodbye,
As we
my
walked to
friend.
the Burger Power,
Glorp exposition
nothing
machine.
stood there trying to stop us. Nothing was there. Nothing stopped us. Nothing was too powerful. Sorry. Okay. We stepped up to the Burger Power with relief. But then I saw a shadow. It was not Liza's shadow, nor my shadow. It was Max! No! I shouted. Max dashed to the Burger Power. Thanks for opening the door, shouted Max. Now what did I take to Burger Power?
That's the Atlantean accent.
Sure.
Good.
Max did not just take the Burger Power, he fused with it. His
Oh,
personality changed to hard. What? His personality changed to hard-headed?
What, you mean like stubborn?
Like a character trait? Like it was like it's like a spore creature select thing. In Warframe, you have like the ability to build these little robots, and you can choose what their personalities are like. Is that what? Is that like that's what you're like talking about? Is like
I'm barely
you
holding it together.
his
I guess
person
so.
he slotted out his personality from being like a weirdo angry guy to being hard-headed.
Obviously.
Okay. His skin color changed green, and to top it off, he had a gold power hammer.
Oh,
Oh my
shit.
god, it's just fucking final boss of Mortal Kombat. Fuck, what's his
Oh,
name?
fuck.
Shao Kahn. He's just Shao Kahn.
Yeah, Shao
He's
Kahn.
just Shao Kahn.
Where do you think I
That
got
right
it?
there,
Prepare
without a
to
doubt,
die.
no arguments, hands down, the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. What a good sub story. Yeah! I mean, yay! Max shouted, I have the Burger Power, miserable fool! I shall rule the entire planet starting here!
Fucking Christ. The world is at stake.
I didn't know, just because
At-
he was a bully, he wanted to take
At
over the entire
first,
world.
when I came to Atlantis, I had no idea why the Burger Power was locked up. You didn't know what the Burger Power was when you first came to Atlantis.
You knew about what it was an hour ago.
This is the most I am imitating an anime final battle shit I have ever seen.
Yeah.
To be a
Oh,
visitor's
God.
attraction, now I really understood the meaning of locking this artifact. It changes people into out-of-control overlords. We had to run. Liza ran, and
This is
so,
the nerdiest
so did
bullshit
I.
I've ever
I could
seen.
never have imagined something like this happening. Max shot a laser. We dodged it for 10 minutes.
You'd think he'd try something else.
Wow! Might I add, the most stressful 10 minutes of my life.
Oh no, it's nuts.
We could not lead Max out of the temple, so Liza and I ran to the Ring of Fire trap. Glorp was there, but I had no time to tell him Max was coming. Okay. The rings could fry him, so I had to trigger the trap somehow. I did not want to go through the trap again.
God.
I needed the rings of fire. I had no choice. Max was charging at me. My heart was beating fast, and Liza at my side. I focused on those rings of fire. I dodged them, and Max was still behind me. One ring hit him. Yes! I shouted. But Max survived. He came at me, and I was not paying attention to the fire rings. I felt an intense heat all over my back. That's where you start a new chapter. Chapter 4! Fire! Fire! I was on
I've been in your
fire!
house.
I was on fire! Nearing the ground. And possibly the end. I thought, if I'm going down, then Max is going down too. I grabbed him and
Met
tried
this
to
kid
remove the
60
burger
minutes
power
ago.
to no avail. What is the burger power?
It's
can
an
let
artifact
anyone
in
do
the
anything.
shape
What is
of
it?
it.
What is it? The physical object? Was that ever described? Am I high?
No,
The
it
poster
was-
said it was an artifact in the shape of a hamburger that can make anyone do anything.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
It had to be locked
No.
away because.
Okay,
it
I
was
grabbed
dangerous.
him and tried to remove the burger power to no avail. We were nearing the floor. I could not comprehend this. The burger power twisted and turned, but it wouldn't come off? Okay,
Off
then
of what?
another ring hit us and I was
I thought he
swallowed
fused
with
with it.
fire. And so was Max. The floor was closer than ever now. It was clear that I could not win. We hit the ground. I thought I was dead. Oh, this is just JoJo's Part 1. This is
Oh
literally
my god.
when
Oh my
yeah,
god.
when Jonathan fights Dio.
Yeah.
Dimension.
Holy
I
fuck.
reject my humanity. I reject my
Oh
humanity.
fuck! Ancient
Fucking,
artifact.
Sam.
Sam.
Fire.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fucking Iraqi. Get some original
Goodbye.
ideas.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Sam.
Goodbye, Sam.
Oh my god.
Okay. I thought I was dead, finished, gone, but something happened. I awoke in the cafe where I had my lunch before heading off to the library. Hey, good morning, Sam, said Liza. Liza, we made it. I was happy. And when I looked around, my happiness increased. My report was
happy- I
done,
leveled up my
and the
happiness.
expensive cafe snack was there, my hat was fixed, and Max was making everything possible. Max? I started to scream. Max! Max! Keep screaming, Sam. It's hopeless, said Liza. What do you mean? That's a GameCube.
Yes.
You didn't really think that Max would do this all for us, do you? Said Liza. I was confused until Liza held something. The burger power! How'd you get that?
Oh.
I was falling for my life? Well, Liza explained, I was being followed by Max, like you were. Then you jumped into the ring of fire trap. I asked Glorp to lower it down, to lower me down to see the action. When you struggled to try to get the burger power off him, you ended up untying it a bit.
He fused
How
with
was it?
He fused with it. I thought.
Yeah, I just thought he absorbed it. Okay.
I guess like so. There's a page that showed it became like a piece of armor, like a boss at the end of one of the Zero games, like the Mega Man Zero games. So
Yeah.
like that, I guess.
All right.
Oh, you fucking weirdo. Okay. Matt,
Untying
as soon as
the
that
armor.
happened, Max fainted too, so I took the burger power and made Max take us to the cafe. You just made him do it out of a fire pit. You just made him do it.
Yeah, but didn't he
Liza,
slam into
I
the
shouted,
floor and die?
he could be hurt. As I looked at him the second time, turns out he really was torn up a bit. Come on, Liza, just free him. It took work, but I finally convinced Liza to let him go.
Jesus,
How?
Liza.
1. Winning is not everything. 2.
Oh, he's gonna
We
teach
made a
us a moral.
slight change to his memory and DNA so that he won't ever bother me.
Bullying is in his blood.
Winning is not everything. 2. We literally killed him. We killed the human being that he was. The memories that he had made. We essentially... That is
This is
essentially the
dark.
same thing as murder!
They got away with it.
Yeah!
He didn't go
Later-
through an arc where he became a better person. He just died.
You just killed him.
I love, one, winning is not everything. Two, we fucking killed.
Later at home, we locked up the burger power so no more evil overlords can be made. After that, I started to play more video games, and I'm still pondering whether to take some yoga classes to relieve all the stress. Yes, my new life in Atlantis is interesting. In fact, it has been a week since Max and I changed Max's DNA. I have had many adventures in Atlantis since then, 44 and counting.
Oh.
Some at school, some at the tip of a volcano, some inside corn, and some wielding a blade. But today is my day off, and I will enjoy it like any other kid in Atlantis. Crisp blue Atlantis.
Oh, there's an epilogue.
Epilogue. Aw, stupid jar of jelly, said Liza. I could hear Liza going upstairs and picking a lock. Sam, help me open this jar of jelly. What? The burger power? I screamed. No, Liza,
Some
put that
anime.
down. You can make me jelly on you feel day off. Liza, stop my show, son. It's my day off, Liza. Oh my god, it's so anime.
It's like the end of a fucking Thundercats episode
Oh my
where
god,
everyone's like laughing.
It's literally the end of any anime where a character just. Oh my god. Am I done? Is this done?
Yeah.
I'm done.
Give us,
that's
give us
it.
your
Wait,
review.
grade this one, please.
You don't even know where to start. Doctor, we're losing him.
It gets a C minus.
Oh shit! Really?
What was the positives and negatives? Let's hear it.
There are no positives.
Oh,
They're just less negative.
but what
They're
it does
just
negatives,
less negatives.
it's less
No,
bad.
the one positive that I can say is that you had a B plot in a weird way, but you had a B plot and it existed, and that's it. That's all. And then there was like slightly more detail, where detail was like nice. Like it was just nice detail. It wasn't like necessary. It was just nice detail.
Did you
Nice
like the
detail to
character of
have.
Glorp?
I don't know,
It's
man.
totally pointless.
Glorp did exposition. I don't know.
Everything else is like.
It's like the ramblings of an insane person.
Yeah.
Like, very much so. Okay, that's it. That's the end of
There
the
is
episode.
something. If we can end this by saying, no homework, no head.
Yeah, the weird sexual tension in the book was
Shocking?
weird. Shocking, yeah.
There was,
this was written by an 8th
Alright.
grader.
There was,
That
hang
was-
on.
that's it, that's
there's a
it,
thing.
we're
There's a
done.
little moniker they print at the end of the book
What?
that I thought I could read real quick. Dear parent, I think you will agree that this is an exceptional book.
What? Dear who?
Dear parent, like parent or guardian, I think you will agree that this is an exceptional book.
Is that what they printed?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they printed. The students learned a great deal about the publishing process while they improved their vocabulary and writing skills. Being a young
That we
published
did.
author gives one a sense of pride, pride and accomplishment.
Is that seriously what it says?
Yeah, and then it goes on to
Fucking
pat
EA
the
copy
teacher on the
pasta.
back.
From
Alright,
2 years
we're
later.
done. We're fucking done here.
Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Jesus fuck.